Tonight, when the lights go out and silence takes over, some stories don't just stay stories. They follow you, they breathe in the dark, and sometimes they watch back. Welcome to a place where fear feels real. This is not just a story. This is an experience. Dare to listen till the end. If you like our episodes, please subscribe to our channel. Let's start today's episode. Story 1. The House That Watched Back. No one in the village could remember when the house first appeared. It stood at the edge of a dried-up pond, crooked and silent, as if it had grown there overnight like a fungus. The villagers avoided it. Even the children, who dared each other to explore graveyards and abandoned barns, refused to go near it. But Rahat wasn't from the village. He came for work, a temporary posting in a nearby garments warehouse. Cheap rent brought him to the old house. The landlord didn't ask questions, just handed him the key and said, "Don't stay up too late." The first night was quiet, too quiet. No insects, no wind, no distant dogs barking. Rahat lay on the creaky wooden bed staring at the ceiling. He felt watched. Not the way you feel in a crowd, but something deeper, heavier, like the house itself was aware of him. He laughed it off until he noticed the walls. They weren't still. At first it was subtle, a faint pulsing, like something breathing beneath the plaster. Rahat blinked. The movement stopped. He sat up. "Hello?" No answer. The second night, things escalated. He woke up at exactly 3:13 a.m. He didn't know why, but his eyes opened suddenly, as if someone had called his name. And then he heard it, a whisper, from inside the walls. "He can see us now." Rahat froze. "Don't move. Don't let him know." His throat went dry. "Who's there?" he whispered. Silence. Then, every wall in the room creaked at once. The plaster bulged outward, like faces pressing from the inside. Dozens of them, mouths open, eyes wide, screaming without sound. Rahat stumbled back, crashing into the door. The faces slowly sank back into the walls. The third night, he tried to leave, but the door wouldn't open. Neither would the windows. His phone had no signal, and the whispers had grown louder. Now, they didn't hide. "You live here now? We lived here too. We never left." Rahat covered his ears. "Stop! Stop!" The floorboards beneath him shifted, not creaked, shifted, like something underneath was turning. A trap door, it opened. The basement smelled of rot. Rahat didn't want to go down, but something pulled him, not physically, but inside his mind. Step by step, he descended. At the bottom, he found them. Not bodies, imprints, dozens of human shapes pressed into the walls, floor and ceiling, like they had melted into the house itself. And in the center, a mirror, old, cracked. He looked into it, but his reflection didn't move. It smiled. "Your turn. The villagers say the house is still there, and if you stand outside at night, you can see new faces forming in the walls. One of them looks like Rahat." Story 2. The last broadcast of Station 13. The radio station had been abandoned for years. Everyone knew why, but no one talked about it. Tariq was a content creator, obsessed with real horror, not fake jump scares. Real, unexplained events. When he heard about Station 13, he knew it was perfect. "They say the last broadcast never ended," the local tea stall owner told him. "They say it still plays, if you tune in at the right time." Tariq smiled. Perfect. That night, he entered the station. Dust coated everything. The air smelled stale, untouched for decades. But the equipment, it was still warm. He set up his camera. "All right, guys," he whispered. "This is Station 13. They shut it down after something happened during a live broadcast. No one survived." Static crackled from the old radio console. Tariq frowned. "I didn't turn that on." Then a voice came through. "Hello?" Tariq's heart skipped. "Can anyone hear me?" The voice sounded real. Not a recording, not static distortion. A person. "I hear you," Tariq said, stepping closer. "Who is this?" Silence. Then, "Don't answer." Tariq froze. "If you answer, it hears you." The lights flickered. The temperature dropped instantly. "It's in the studio." Tariq turned slowly. Behind him, the microphone stand moved, just slightly, like someone invisible had touched it. "We thought it was a caller," the voice continued, now trembling. "It kept asking us to repeat its name." Tariq's breath grew shallow. "And when we did," the radio exploded into static, loud, deafening. Then, a new voice, not human. "Say my name." Tariq stumbled back. "Nope, I'm done, I'm leaving." He grabbed his camera and ran toward the door, but the hallway had changed. Longer, darker. The exit sign flickered, then went out. The radio followed him, not physically, but the sound. It was everywhere. "Say my name. Say it. Say it." Tariq screamed. "What name?" Silence. Then, a whisper right behind his ear, so close he felt breath. "You already did." The next morning, the police found the station. Empty. Except for one thing, the radio was still on. Broadcasting live. If you tune into the right frequency, you can still hear it. Tariq's voice, screaming. "I didn't say it, I swear." And then something else. Laughing. Story 3. The road that doesn't let you leave. There's a road in the countryside that doesn't exist on any map, but if you drive long enough at night, you might find it. Imran found it by accident. He was driving home late. Rain poured down, blurring his vision. His GPS lost signal. Then, a turn he didn't remember taking. The road was narrow, surrounded by trees that leaned inward, forming a tunnel of darkness. No streetlights, no houses, no sound except the rain. After 10 minutes, Imran frowned. He should have reached the highway by now, but the road kept going, straight, endless. Then he saw her, a woman, standing in the middle of the road. White dress, long hair covering her face. Imran slammed the brakes. "Hey, are you okay?" No response. She didn't move. Reluctantly, he stepped out. "Miss." The rain soaked him instantly. He walked closer, step by step. "Don't come closer." The voice wasn't hers. It came from everywhere. Imran froze. "Who said that?" The woman's head tilted, slowly, too slowly. Then, her hair parted. There was no face, just darkness, deep, endless, and inside it, movement. Imran ran back to his car, locked the doors, drove, faster, faster. After 5 minutes, he saw headlights ahead. Relief flooded him. Another car. He wasn't alone, but as he got closer, his blood turned cold. The car ahead was his. Same scratches, same license plate, same dent on the bumper, and inside, someone was driving. Imran honked. The car ahead didn't react. Instead, it slowed down, stopped. The driver's door opened. The man stepped out and turned. It was him. The other Imran smiled, a wide, unnatural smile. "You shouldn't have stopped." The real Imran tried to reverse, but the road behind him was gone. Just trees, closing in. The other Imran began walking toward him, slowly. "This road needs drivers. Now it has 2. The last thing Imran saw was his own face, pressed against the window from the outside, smiling. They say if you ever find that road, Don't stop. Don't look. And whatever you do, don't follow yourself. Story 4. The Room That Appeared Overnight. When Armand rented the apartment, there were exactly 3 rooms: a bedroom, a living room, a small kitchen. He was sure of it, because he measured them. Armand was the kind of person who needed control. He worked as a junior architect in Dhaka, obsessing over layouts, dimensions, symmetry. Before moving in, he had drawn the entire floor plan in his notebook. 3 rooms. Always 3. The first week was normal, mostly, except for one thing. Every night, just before falling asleep, he heard a faint sound, a click, like a door closing. He ignored it. Old buildings make noise, pipes expand, wood shifts, nothing unusual. Until the 8th night. Armand woke up at 2:47 a.m. His throat was dry. He got up, walked toward the kitchen for water, and stopped. There was a door at the end of the hallway. He frowned. That wasn't there. He was certain. That wall had been blank. He had stood there just yesterday, checking a crack in the paint. No door. But now, a narrow wooden door stood there, slightly open. Darkness inside. Armand laughed nervously. Okay, maybe I just didn't notice it. But deep down, he knew. He would have noticed. He didn't open it. Not that night. He went back to bed, locked his bedroom door, and didn't sleep. The next morning, the door was gone. Armand stood in the hallway staring at the blank wall. No hinges, no frame, no mark, nothing. He checked his notebook. The floor plan, still 3 rooms. Stress, he muttered. Too much work. But that night, at exactly 2:47 a.m., he woke up again and heard it. Click. He walked slowly to the hallway, his heart pounding. And there it was, the door. This time it was fully closed. He reached out. His hand trembled. The wood felt warm, like skin. He pulled his hand back instantly. What the hell? From the other side, a sound, soft, scratching, not like an animal, not like claws, like fingernails. Armand stepped back. Who's there? No answer, just scratching, slow, patient. Then, a whisper, so faint he almost imagined it. Open. Armand shook his head. Nope. No. This is not happening. He went back to his room, locked the door, covered his ears. But the whisper followed, through the walls, through the floor, through his own head. You made the space. You left room. We came. He didn't sleep. The next day he brought a friend. Rafi. Bro, you're overthinking. Rafi laughed. Show me the mystery door. Armand led him to the hallway, pointed at the wall. Here. Rafi stared. What door? Armand's stomach dropped. No. It appears at night, I swear. Rafi smirked. You need rest, man. That night, Armand didn't wait. He sat in the hallway, lights on, eyes fixed on the wall. 2:46 a.m. Nothing. 2:47 a.m. Click. The door appeared. Right in front of him, forming out of the wall like it had always been there. Rafi gasped. Okay, what the... The door creaked open by itself. Darkness inside. Thick, heavy. The scratching started immediately. Louder now, desperate. Open it wider. Please. We can't fit, Rafi whispered. Close it. Close it now. But Armand didn't move. He was staring inside. The darkness wasn't empty. It was moving, shifting, like something breathing. Then, a hand emerged. Not normal. Too long, too thin. Fingers bending in wrong directions. It grabbed the edge of the door. Pulled. The door opened wider. More hands appeared. Dozens. Stacked behind each other. Pushing, reaching. You left space. You invited us. We need more room, Rafi screamed. Shut it. Armand snapped out of it. He slammed the door. Instant silence. The door vanished. They didn't speak for a long time. The next morning, Rafi refused to come back. "You need to leave that place." Arman agreed. He packed everything, booked a new apartment. Before leaving, he took one last look at the hallway. Blank wall, no door. He exhaled in relief. Then, he noticed something. The wall had shifted, just slightly. He grabbed his notebook, compared the measurements. The hallway was longer, by exactly 3 feet. That night, in his new apartment, Arman woke up at 2:47 a.m. Click. A door appeared, this time inside his bedroom, and from the other side. Hundreds of voices whispered at once. "Thank you for making space. We're almost through. Just a little more room." Story 5. The elevator that stops on floor 0. The building had 12 floors. At least that's what the directory said. Lobby to 12. No basement, no sublevels, nothing unusual. Naeem had just started working there as a night security supervisor. Easy job. Sit in a small control room, watch CCTV cameras, do hourly patrols. Quiet. Too quiet. On his first night, the previous guard gave him one piece of advice. Don't use the elevator after 2 a.m. Naeem laughed. Why? The man didn't smile. It stops somewhere it shouldn't. Of course, Naeem ignored it. At 1:58 a.m., he was bored, scrolling through his phone, fighting sleep, at exactly 2 a.m. The power flickered, just once. Then, the elevator indicator on the CCTV lit up, moving. Naeem frowned. No one's here. He checked the cameras, every floor, empty, but the elevator was going down, from 12, 11, 10. He leaned closer to the monitor. Who called it? 9, 8, 7. Then, instead of stopping at the lobby, the number changed. 0. Naeem blinked. There is no 0. The elevator doors opened. The CCTV feed for the elevator glitched. Static, distorted lines. Then, it came back. The elevator wasn't empty anymore. Someone was inside. A woman, standing perfectly still facing the camera. Her head was tilted, too far, at an unnatural angle. Naeem's chest tightened. Okay, someone broke in. He grabbed his flashlight, started walking toward the elevator. On the monitor, the woman moved, not stepping, not walking, sliding. She moved closer to the camera without her feet shifting. The feed cut out. Naeem reached the elevator. Doors closed. Indicator blank. He pressed the button. Nothing. Then, a soft ding. The doors opened. Empty. He exhaled. Just a glitch. Then he noticed the floor indicator above the door. 0. The doors began to close, but before they did, something stopped them. A hand, pale, long fingers, gripping the edge from inside. Naeem froze. The doors slowly opened again. The elevator was no longer empty. The woman stood inside, closer now, too close. Her face was wrong. Not disfigured, not injured, just not fully there. Like parts of it were missing from reality, flickering in and out. You saw me. Her voice echoed strangely, like multiple voices speaking out of sync. Naeem stepped back. I'm calling security. You shouldn't have come. The lights went out. Complete darkness. The elevator dinged again. When the lights came back, the elevator was gone. The wall behind it was solid concrete. No doors, no buttons, nothing. Naeem stumbled back. What? His radio crackled. A voice, panicked. Control room, do you copy? It was his own voice. There's no elevator here. It's just a wall. Naeem's blood ran cold. He ran to the control room. The CCTV monitors all showed the same thing. Him, standing in front of the elevator, talking, confused. But that wasn't possible. He was in the control room now, on the screen. The other Naeem turned slowly, looked directly into the camera, smiled. "You're on the wrong floor." All the monitors went black. Then, one by one, they turned back on, each showing a different floor. 1, 2, 3, up to 12. And one more. 0 on floor 0. There were people, dozens, standing in a long hallway, facing the camera, not moving. Then, at the very end of the hallway, Naeem saw himself. The other Naeem stepped forward. "Someone has to stay here." The elevator ding echoed through the building, from everywhere. The next morning, the building